This week on Dumb Pitches, my guest is Kirsten O'Brien, the other half of the Boss Bitch Show. And we get into some sketch ideas, which actually could maybe be business ideas, but lots of them. My favorites are Rumours, which is a strip club based around Stevie Nicks, and having Celine Dion give you the news. I think those are pretty good ideas, but plenty more. Here we go, Dumb Pitches.
What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to another episode of Dumb Pitches with Monica Nevi. I'm Monica Nevi, your host. This is the show where we talk to successful people about their worst ideas. So excited for our guest this week. The second half of the Boss Bitch Show, Kirsten O'Brien, is here. Yay! Oh yeah!
Thanks for having me, Monica.
Yes, thanks for being on. I'm definitely getting one of those hats now because Rachel wore one too, and I was like,
it's cute, right?
I love it.
Like, come on, bucket hat is life.
It's in, right? I don't know. I
It's
can't
very
keep up.
in.
But thank you for being here. So we like to start by giving everyone your good ideas. Know that you haven't only had bad ideas. So also separate from, the Boss Bitch Show is a live show that you and Rachel have been doing for a long time, but now it's going to be a podcast.
As well, yes.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Well, yeah, tell us a little bit about that, I guess.
Yeah, so we are a femme-forward, queer, BIPOC show. Those are the comedians that we book, and our audiences love that. And we're here in New York City. We're the second Thursday of every month at the Comedy Shop. And we've been doing it. We just had our 1-year anniversary. So we've been doing it a while. It's really fun. And one of the things we noticed that our audience wanted to see was us together, because we rotate headlining and hosting. So we're never on stage together, really. And so that's why we started the podcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really exciting. Okay, so you can check that out. You're also a comedian, obviously, actor, writer, dancer. Yeah, you're part of the Upright Citizens Brigade there in New York. You do sketch. I mean, really just a multi-talented person.
Thank you.
Clearly.
You know, whatever they'll pay me for is what I'm saying.
That's good.
That's sort of my rule. It's a low bar. And yeah.
Oh, yeah, it takes a lot of talent to just do whatever they'll pay you for. So that's good. Well, perfect. We're excited to have you, and now even more excited to hear your bad ideas. So what did you think of when we kind of gave you the criteria?
Oh my God. Well, what's so fun is that I know you were like, oh, UCB sketch comedian in New York. UCB New York no longer exists, which is really cool. So what's fun about that is, so I actually got on a mod sketch team in January of 2020.
Perfect.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that perfect? They gave us a 1-year run, as they do with mod teams. And so we only got to do 2 shows.
Oh, man.
So I have so many terrible sketch ideas that never saw the light of day.
We weren't able to use because, what is it?
And you know, I would love to blame that on the pandemic, but some of these were pitched. Some of these were pitched and they were not written. The team decided we're going to pass on that one.
Perfect.
Which I'm fine with.
Well, good. And now that they can live here, I'm excited for it.
Oh, they live here. Okay. This is one of my favorite ones. If anyone in your audience knows the Boss Bitch Show or knows me online, I'm very sex positive. I'm very sex work positive.
Okay.
And this was the pitch for the sketch. Rumours, a Stevie Nicks themed strip club.
Okay.
That sounds terrible / amazing.
Yes, there's so many that honestly it gives me a visual right away. You know, like I have some ideas.
Right away.
Yeah.
Like you feel the vibe of the strip club,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of women in long black dresses.
That's exactly what I was thinking, honestly.
It's like you're scared, but you're also turned on. I just think that could be fun.
That
You
could be
know, like
fun.
there's a lot of cocaine going in people's buttholes, you know. I think I think that sounds like a
And
great
it's called
sketch.
Rumors. I feel like I've seen bars called Rumors before.
Right. So that was where it came from because I was like, oh, isn't there actually a strip club called Rumors? And I don't think there is. Maybe there is, but there is a strip club in Long Island called Gossip. So
Okay.
I think my little peanut brain got,
Got those two things. Yeah.
yeah. And I have actually worked gigs at Gossip
Really?
for their opening entertainment of their annual Christmas party, which is the most batshit bonkers party you've ever seen in your
That
life.
sounds like the most fun corporate gig you could possibly
It's
even
so
imagine.
fun.
Yeah.
Like there were tiny Elvises running around for what reason I have no idea. There were breakdancing robots. There was a stripper who used a hoverboard while stripping on the pole. Like she would come on stage on the hoverboard, by the way, in like huge 8-inch stripper heels,
On the
and she would like
wow.
roll around on the hoverboard around the pole, and then she would leap off of it onto the pole. It was incredible.
That is incredible. I'm like thinking about how I'd just be like trying not to fall over anyways. I
There's
will
so many parts of that in which I would kill myself.
nobody ever asks, but the reason I'm always so impressed with strippers is that it's an athletic ability to be, I mean, to only to do that at all, but then to be sexy while doing it is just, I'm just like, this is an athlete.
Incredible. It should really be a part of the Olympics. That's
Yes.
also a pitch. Pole dancing in the
I
Olympics.
like that one. I'm sure.
And I won't go back on it. I won't take it back. I won't even call it done. Um, so there's that. There was also a stripper who had fireworks that came out of her heels, which was so cool
That's pretty
looking.
cool.
Like when she went around the pole, it was just like fireworks. It was incredible, incredible.
There's something about I mean, the little tagline comment that you made about the Stevie Nicks strip club is you're scared, but it's sexy
But
at the
you're
same
turned
time.
on.
Yeah, and there's something about, because
Yes.
anytime you're like really turned on, usually that you're nervous at least, you know? So I feel like those things go together pretty well, which made me think of it because of the fire.
That's what I'm saying, right? Okay. Are we ready for more pitches?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, this is sort of on the same line. It's not really thought out. I think it's a sketch pitch, but I'm not really sure. CNC Slut Factory. I just think it sounds so funny.
This is
Like,
like factory. Okay.
clearly, I'm a 90s kid. CNC Music Factory, whatever this venue is, they need to exclusively play CNC Music Factory,
Okay.
obviously.
Right. Okay.
It could also be a strip club.
I was
I
gonna
don't
say,
know.
is this just a bunch of different strip clubs, which is fine.
Right.
We're all for that.
Yeah.
But
You know, oh, this is a really stupid sketch pitch.
okay.
You can really tell I grew up in the 90s from all of my sketch pitches. I can't believe it's not burgers.
I can't believe it's not burgers.
Yeah. So you know how there's like a million different kinds of like vegan and vegetarian burgers now?
Yeah, yeah,
So I wanted like a Fabio commercial parody of I can't believe it's not burgers.
yeah. I like
I
that.
can't believe it's not burgers. And he has blonde hair and he's just like eating a burger, you know.
Yeah, that's well, because I mean, I like.
And maybe Kim Kardashian is also in it and she like fake takes a bite of a burger. Did you see that? The
Was that
commercial she did?
was it the Carl's Jr. one?
Maybe
I don't know.
where she like takes a bite of the burger, but there's no bite mark,
Oh,
and
that's
she's like,
hilarious.
it's so crazy.
I used to watch a lot of the Kardashians, and I still do from time to time, just when I'm in hotels, because that's kind of and I'm in
Yeah.
hotels a lot, to be honest. But there was some Carl's Jr. commercial a long time ago where it was on the show that she was
Oh,
filming it,
yeah.
and she kept like she was getting tired of eating, but maybe that
Yes.
was she just had one bite. I don't know.
Well, this one, yeah, you could see it like clearly cut with a knife,
That's
like thin
hilarious.
slice, and there was no bite, and she was just like, it was crazy.
That is crazy.
Um,
I can't believe it's not
so,
burgers.
oh, I love this sketch. Okay.
Okay. Oh no,
You
you're
know,
kidding.
I really love this one. Okay. So you know how like you see people now that you like haven't seen since like pre-pandemic,
Hmm.
Lovato. Um, So like you bump into people and you're like, oh my God, hi, how have you been since the pandemic? Like blah blah blah. And it's like I haven't seen you so long, because of the pandemic.
Right.
But this sketch was like two people that haven't seen each other in a long time, and you know, they like hug and they're like, oh my God. And then like there's a third person that's like, oh, have you guys like not seen each other since the pandemic? And I'm like, oh no, that's not it. I faked my own death. And then she like tries to like move on with the conversation, but he's like, what? And she's like, no, it's not a big deal. Like it didn't work out. Like I think my death and like people found out about it and like it's fine. Here I am. So I just think that's like an insane character to
I
play.
like that one though. And then so okay, in your mind when you were thinking of this idea, does the person that you are reunited with did they think you were dead, or they already knew that it didn't pan out?
Like they knew that I faked my own death, and
Okay.
then they knew that, yeah, yeah.
Got
And
it.
I'm
So
like,
then whatever, the
yeah,
third person is the one that's like
yes,
doesn't know any of
yes.
it. Okay.
So like the voice of reason is the one that's like, what?
Yeah.
And then us two in the conversation are like, it's not a big deal. Can you like drop it?
Yeah, we've gotten over that.
So insane, right?
I think that would be fun just to say to people in real life. Just be like, oh, I know I've been gone for a little while. I did fake my own death. It didn't work out, but
it is a fun thing to say.
it is funny.
It's fun. So feel free to take that, just
Okay.
like for
Yeah.
funsies. Oh wow. Okay. You know these like new meditations, like the meditation apps that you like listen to, and they have like the sounds of the ocean and like it's a rainforest, and like I listened to one, so I guess this is kind of based on like reality, that had like an invasive amount of birds. Like it was too many birds. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to like see that, like either the sketch could either be like them recording it and they're like, is that enough birds? Is it too many birds?
Right.
Like, no, I think it's the right amount of birds. And then like people listening to it and being like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it was like the birds.
That's
It was like
hilarious.
the birds.
I
It was
imagine, yeah, I imagine someone trying to sit there and then birds like just flying all around them. Yeah.
so many birds.
That's hilarious. So I have, not to plug myself here, but I have
Yeah.
a guided meditation album that I did. It's like comedic guided meditation. It's dirty and funny and whatever.
That's
But
amazing.
the idea really came from me trying to do a different guided one, and it was just, I mean, the sounds were fine, it was outdoor sounds or whatever. But the lady that started it was like, "You ever been in nature?" And I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but I was like,
So
am I
funny.
supposed to answer this question right now? Like, just started laughing. And so
Right.
I think it was like, because you're supposed to just, not think about anything else, But if you actually start thinking about the recording enough, which is probably good, still clearing your mind, but you're like, where are all these fucking birds coming from?
Right? Well, that sketch did not get chosen for a show, but
kinda
then
like that.
my teammate Cassidy Graham ended up writing a hilarious, weirdly, like coincidentally, a hilarious meditation sketch in which like, and I got to do it. I was the person like listening to it, and it was like supposed to be affirmations, but it was really just like calling the person out for being like a terrible person. And by the end of the sketch, I'm like eating potato chips and like smoking a cigarette,
like the opposite.
and like ripping my hair out. Like it's insane.
That's hilarious.
Very good sketch, Cassidy Graham.
I like
Maybe
it.
better than my bird sketch, I think. And then more sketches about birds.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
birds are funny. This was a sketch I came up with after the Capitol riot on January 6th. You know how we all like had post-traumatic stress disorder after that? And I went for a walk the next morning with my dog in the park, and it's like really peaceful and beautiful. And I think that's where the other sketch idea came from. I like passed a bush that had like a lot of birds in it. And like these birds were like going crazy. Like something was going on in this bush. And I was like, what if they're having their own Capitol riot? What if it's like a bird Capitol riot? And then I was like, that's a great sketch. I was like, we need to see the animal kingdom bird Capitol riot. Like, what does that look like? And I tried to write it but then I got like really hung up on what kind of bird Mitch McConnell would be. And I like couldn't write the sketch. I was like, I couldn't figure it out, and I just couldn't write the sketch.
Oh, he looks like a
I was
turtle
trying to
to
like,
me.
because like the funny is in the specificity, and I was like, I have to figure out who each bird is.
Yeah, because that's a laugh in itself each time.
Right.
You pick the right bird for each person.
Right.
That's funny.
Right.
That's interesting. I had never really, sometimes I compare us to animals in the way that I think we have complicated our own lives way too much compared to like what we were actually supposed to be. And then the idea of like them having as complicated as which I've heard like there are few like
Very complex.
Yeah, orca whales are supposed to have similar emotional complexities to us. And it's like I'm wondering if they're having the same like is there a QAnon for whales, Like I don't know.
There's all kinds of whale conspiracy communities. We just don't know about them.
Exactly. So yeah, the birds, they got stuff going on.
I did read a really great headline recently that I was like, this is fucking amazing. Where like apparently homosexual penguins are very common.
Yeah.
And so there was a pair of gay male penguins that were like, and they bond for life. So they're bonded for life. And they notoriously steal these lesbian penguins' eggs.
Oh.
And there's like a whole penguin, like there's drama in the penguin community.
You could see that would be you got to start a good penguin business and get these gay penguins adopted some of these eggs,
They need help.
Yeah.
They need help. They want families too. And I think that's fair. Okay. Oh, this is like zero thought out.
We're fully in the complexity of animal emotions anyways.
Absolutely. This is like absolutely zero thought out. It's like a movie trailer pitch called 27 Scrunchies. It's literally only because I did get an Amazon package of 27 scrunchies.
What an interesting number for packaging.
What a weird number, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's weird. Is this a movie?
Yeah.
27 scrunchies.
What do you think happens? Is it like
I
different?
think it's just about a late 30-something woman living alone in New York City that owns 27 scrunchies. I don't know.
Because that movie is about how she's always a bridesmaid, basically, is what the actual film is about, right?
That is what that.
Okay, so and I don't even know what you would use scrunchies for that would add to your singleness. I don't know.
I don't know either, and
every
that's
time,
why I wrote it.
Yeah, every time you hook up with someone, you leave a scrunchie there, but that sounds more like a serial killer.
That kind of sounds like something I would do.
You're like, I can't go back. That's it. That's your scrunchie.
No, the bag of 27 scrunchies I think was like $7.99, like horrible. I know. I still order on Amazon.
Oh, I'm in Seattle. We all.
But they're unionizing,
yeah.
So better, right?
Yeah,
it's okay.
And now it's getting better. Well, of course, if we still want people to buy stuff from them.
And this is my last one, and I stand by it.
Perfect.
I would like the news delivered from Celine Dion.
Okay, and what is she singing it, or is she just speaking? Because she's got a fun talking voice too, honestly.
Yeah, I think she would sing intermittently.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The thing that I love most about Celine Dion is that she has like the most inspiring words of encouragement, and she says it with such sincerity and passion.
Yeah.
That it don't have to make sense, girlfriend. Okay. And it quite often does not make sense. And yet you feel so good. You're like, yes.
That is true. I've never not been smiling after hearing her speak. It's very quick, too. Like, she's confident in whatever she's saying. She talks pretty fast.
Very confident. And she always has a joke ready to go.
Yeah.
And she has a song ready to go at any moment. Right?
This is good. That's a
love
good
it.
impression.
I
Okay.
really
When you
adore her.
first said it, for some reason, I imagined her coming to your door and delivering you the news, like telling you
I
each
would love
morning.
that.
But is
I'm,
this more of a video series or something?
oh my God, do you mean like a, what did they used to call those? Like a, what's a gram, a something
Like a,
gram?
oh
What do they
yeah,
call it? When
uh,
they like come to your door?
whatever, Candygram or whatever those things are.
Like
Yeah,
a Celine Dion
a
candygram?
Dion
Holy.
Dion Graham. Yeah,
Yes.
Celine Graham. It doesn't matter.
I
Uh,
would,
but then
I would
okay,
live for that.
yeah, I'm sure she would be very popular on Cameo if she's not already on there. But it's you know, that actually might be helpful for everyone's mental health at this point if that's how you got the news versus
Like if
just
she
scrolling.
just like said something so crazy, like it would just like make you laugh, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you
Yes.
imagine her like tuning into CNN and she's like, oh, hello. Oh, yes, yes, hello. This is Celine Dion reporting live from Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas. It appears we have breaking news. French President Emmanuel Macron has merged with R&B artist Omarion to form new COVID variant, Omicron. That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah. And your mind wouldn't go, oh
Yeah.
shit, there's a new variant. You'd be like, that was funny. I'm glad
You're
that
like,
she,
that's
I
hilarious.
feel okay about it.
And like her and Anderson Cooper, like having a back and forth, I would die. I would
Yes,
absolutely die of happiness.
that would be perfect. And she's
I
still
know it's only
performing in Vegas now. Is that
you
correct?
know, she's had to postpone because of health issues. So maybe this
Oh,
is a nice pivot
yeah.
for,
Something to
you know,
focus on. Yeah, that's good.
we won't make her sing too much,
No.
you know, just like little news clips.
Yeah, then she could kind of choose when she feels it would be appropriate to sing.
Right.
I
God, I
do.
love it.
I like it. This is good.
I
Uh,
know.
I mean, yeah, maybe because some of the ideas on the show don't necessarily come down to it being the worst idea. More the logistics of making it actually happen can be
The
a struggle.
logistics
But
of
that's
making
not.
Celine Dion deliver the news. I know.
Yes, that's not our job though. Our job is just to bring the ideas. I'm
Exactly.
sure her people are watching this because, of course, they are, and they'll get that idea to her. I think.
I am the biggest Celine Dion fan. I've seen her in Las Vegas. I saw her at the Prudential Center on March 7th, 2020.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
real
Her,
dedication.
her love kept everyone from getting COVID. It was crazy.
That is like the last show I did live too before everything shut down was March 7th. And
Really.
obviously not on in with Celine Dion, but uh
I totally thought you were gonna say you were like, oh, that was the last show I
yeah, I
did was
opened for her that
yeah.
night. It was really awkward.
March 7th at the Prudential Center.
Yeah, just doing
Wow.
stand up before Celine Dion.
Yes.
No. Um
Type.
but it was funny that I was like people were commenting at that time what was going to maybe happen, but none of us really knew. And we were like, well, we're doing this. I'm going to do this show in a movie theater in Salem, Oregon, anyways. So here we are. I'm going to see
Yeah,
Celine Dion.
I remember specifically getting a hot dog and like using like the ketchup pump like right before the concert started and I'm like and I like press on the ketchup pump and this lady goes, aren't you afraid to touch that? And I was like, no.
Yeah. Aren't you
Cut
afraid to
to
touch that? What a weird thing to say.
yeah, yeah, cut to 2 weeks later, full shutdown.
Yeah.
Oh
And afraid to touch everything, I guess. I was wearing gloves.
yeah,
It was,
yeah, it
anyways.
was
So maybe
anyway.
she was right. Anyways.
She was probably right, random lady,
But
and
you probably would have been more cautious in touching it if you had heard that news from Celine Dion. So I do think maybe it would stick better too.
I mean, truly, I'll believe anything she tells me, honestly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like there's a few celebrities, and now it's actually been really sussed out a little bit better because over the last couple years we have been able to see more of who's nuts and who isn't.
Yes,
But then if
absolutely.
you buy in, you're like, you know what, whatever J Lo is thinking, I'm on board. I
I'm a,
believe her, and I will do whatever she wants me to
yes,
do.
yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I'll do whatever Celine Dion says.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
most people would. She's a treasure. that one.
She is a French Canadian treasure.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
What a woman.
Yeah. Now I'm like, well, not that I sit and watch the news anyways, but I'm like, I don't want to hear these people. It would be way better if Celine Dion was delivering the news.
I'm telling you, we got to spread the word.
Yes, absolutely. We'll start a petition to get her
Everything.
hired
Yeah.
at CNN. We got to get that banter with her and Anderson
Oh,
Cooper
true.
going.
Truly.
It would be great. Oh my gosh. I loved every single one of your ideas, at least to talk about.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Some would call them dumb, but some
Mm-hmm.
would call them genius.
It is weird because I started this show and really with the idea that like, oh, I want to hear some bad ideas, but no part of me is like, oh, I want to make fun of people. Like I'm bought in, you know, I'm like ready to help you get Celine Dion doing the news mostly, but you know,
Mostly that, and also the Stevie Nicks strip club.
yes, I think that
Rumours, I think, really caters to a specific crowd.
that's a fun genre of music for a stripper to dance to also, you know, like that would be, it's a
It's
little,
really kitschy, like
yeah, there's a poetic style to it as well, where it's like, you know, anyway.
yeah, yeah.
Witchy, yeah, witches, that's like in, right? You know, there's a lot of witches or, you know, people identifying with that more of a, and I think there has to be a certain attraction to that as well, you know.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't be attracted to witches?
It might be a lesbian strip club.
That's fine. Are there lesbian
It's
strip
great.
clubs? I don't even know.
Are there? There should be.
There should be, but I don't know. That's a tough thing. I think we have trouble figuring out if that's okay or not, you know, and then it would be probably a lot of talking. So,
I mean, which is also okay.
yes, exactly.
That's really what most of stripping is anyways.
That's fair.
you
That
know?
is fair.
It's like therapy from someone in lingerie, really. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
which sounds better than regular therapy anyway.
I'm going to mention that to my therapist.
You're like, you know, I think it would
You're like,
really
I'm thinking
help
about it. You know, it would make me more comfortable.
if you were in lingerie. That would
Yeah, that would make me so uncomfortable, actually. Thinking about it right now. Not.
Well, we don't know who your therapist is. But
Only if we were both. If it was like a cute, fun thing, and we like both were like, we're both gonna wear lingerie for our next appointment.
yeah, it was like a pajama party. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, I know.
We are.
My therapist is like calling me right now. She's like,
Stop doing that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, thank you so much for being on. Tell everyone where they can follow you and come and see you, and then about the podcast coming out.
yeah, absolutely. So you can follow me on Instagram at Kizzyko, KizzYko, and then on TikTok at KizzyOB, Kizzyob. And you can follow at well, I always fuck this up. You can follow the Boss Bitch Show on Instagram at Boss Bitch Show. And we're also at Boss Bitch Show on TikTok. We have a monthly show in New York City every second Thursday of the month at 8 p.m. at the Comedy Shop in the West Village. And you can subscribe to our podcast. You can subscribe to our podcast right now.
Yes.
It is the Boss Bitch Show podcast. And you'll see a cute little cartoon of myself and Rachel Green. And we have episode 0 up now. So you can subscribe, and the official launch with new episodes will be July 14th.
Nice. There you go. And we'll put it in the description of this video and the podcast notes so that you can just click right over, subscribe there. If you're not subscribed here, I don't know why you wouldn't be, but you should do that now, either on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Give us a rating, review. Do that. Give them a rating and review so that you know, other people can find great podcasts. We have great podcasts, both of us. We have great podcasts. So support them. But right now you can just keep watching Dumb Pitches.
You're weird.
Yes.